is providing us with an even better view as we speak. So things have taken a turn for the better. We did loop around to Buffelshoek Dam and then back on another road. So all in all, we've checked 3 different roads in the general direction that the mother and her brother were heading in, but couldn't come up with any sign of them, which is no major issue, but I just did have the urge to go and look for them, having known that they were nearby, and they probably still are nearby, but I just couldn't resist that opportunity to look for them. But now that we've done that, we can get comfortable here and see what this young female decides to do with her morning. It still is drizzling, but not too heavily. So hopefully if it stays like this, we'll be able to spend some time out here. Do you think I should reverse a tiny bit, Jason?
Yes. There you go.
Wonderful. Now if we're very lucky, she'll come down this tree and lead us to her mother and her brother, and wouldn't that just be wonderful? She is looking intently in the direction where they apparently did head towards, so she may be getting a little bit lonely now and thinking of reuniting. But hard to say. I've never seen this leopard before, and if I had have, I'm maybe inclined to make a few more guesses as to what she may do. But because I don't know her personality at all, I can tell she's seemingly very relaxed with the vehicles, which is great. Jason's made a makeshift cover for the camera with his jersey to try and keep it dry, so it's actually almost worth me taking a picture of and tweeting so you guys can see what it's all about. Jason in action here in the rain. Okay, I'm bringing out my sophisticated cell phone camera. Oh, I'm a bit too close here. I make smiley face there, Jason. Okay.
Can you roll forward a squash, please?
Oh, look, she's moved around in this time. Sorry, folks, I'm losing focus here, and hopefully she's going to come down this tree at any given stage. How are we looking?
A little bit more. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yes, there's another leopard here. I've just seen the other leopard. I don't know where it came from, but I'm going to move forward and there's another leopard. Can you believe it? I think it's been here the whole time.
Oh, hello.
Where did it go? Oh, wow. Yay. This other leopard has probably been here the whole time. And I'm not sure if it's her mother or her brother yet.
She's got a big saw on the left.
Okay, I'm just going to reposition quickly, folks. Oh, she's not interested in his plan. And now she's found another branch, it looks like, to lie on. Well, this right here is a very, very good situation to be in. 2 one-year-old leopard cubs, both fairly full-bellied. And I'm hoping they're going to provide us with some entertainment in the next few moments that we spend with them. Wouldn't it be interesting to know where their mother's gone? she could well have moved off to get a break from their playfulness and nagging, and also potentially try and secure their next meal. I'm guessing they are moving from a kill that they've just completed feeding on, judging from their bellies. This is wonderful. I'll try and get my camera out and ready, because like I say, I think we could be spoiled with some incredible sightings and interactions between these two, provided their bellies don't cause them to fall asleep. As we speak, so we just need to be patient and wait for them to get into some slightly better positions for us. Oh, there goes the female. She's just jumped down. Thank you, Alex. Alex is reminded of Makhombo, which means troubles, and Yors, the other vehicle who stayed with these animals for us to ensure we got to see them, said that he's been treed by a lion 3 times and managed to escape on all occasions, and that is why he is called Troubles, because he often finds himself in some sticky situations, but he's made it through to now. And I am just gonna reposition first, because I've got a feeling that he may want to go and play with his sister shortly, and if he doesn't, I think she's going to provide us with a few better views now that she's moved out into the open. So let's see what happens here. Wow, well, this is really lucky. And there we are, driving around everywhere looking for the brother and the mother, and the brother was still alive. Not going to have much of a view from here, are you, Joseph, of the male? Let's stay on the female. We'll come back to the male. Although we might have actually an incredible view from here. That might be worth just stopping and having a quick look at. Beautiful. A centimeter? Of course I can. Can you see that female?
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. That's the shape.
Beautiful. Look at that, folks. This is just absolutely magic. And I wonder if he's going to start following his sister, or whether we should start following her. We are quite close to our boundary, and I fear that if she crosses one road, we won't be able to stay with her. So I think let's go and see what she's up to, because she is on the move. And then we'll come back to the brother, or just assume that the brother will follow her obviously this road she's crossing over now is the boundary, so I just thought let's give you one last glimpse of her before she heads into an area where we cannot continue to view her, sadly. Hopefully she'll look back at us just once. Oh. There's a little termite mound that she might be making her way up. Come on, please go up the termite mound for us. Please. So she disappeared into a bush at the base of this termite mound, but was heading towards it. Whether she... Oh, there, see, she's poking her head out at us. There, Romeo, you got it?
Where?
At the base of the bush. You can just see her little head. This is so cute. We've got such an awesome view of her poking her head out at us. I mean, imagine driving past here, folks. It would be impossible to see that unless you were hardly even moving. Please poke your head out again. Oh, here she comes. Look at that. Absolutely marvelous. She is playing out of her boots. And now up the termite mound for us. Come on then. We all know you want to. She's going to hopefully perch herself right on top of it. Am I going to have to roll back, Romeo?
You're going to have to stay exactly where you are.
Oh, sorry. By exactly you mean 2 centimeters back.
Yeah, it was perfect where she's there.
Very inquisitive. I wonder what she can smell in there or hear. They try and catch just about anything that moves, young leopards. And I'm hoping once she has finished sniffing about there that she's going to perch herself on top of this termite mound, but not necessarily. And Romeo, just keep an eye behind us that this male isn't approaching us, please, because we don't want to miss out on getting a good shot of him walking towards us if he is feeling like he's being left out. Well, this is the beauty of young animals and viewing them in cloudy weather like this, cloudy, cool weather. They may provide us with a lot of entertainment. What is it that has got her attention? It could be dwarf mongoose, could be a lizard, a rodent of sorts. But there's something in there that she's definitely very interested in. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the grand termite mound. There we go, look at this. Look at you. Look back at us now. Absolutely marvelous. Too good to be true. Too good to be true. Look at the tail, just, that is awesome. Sadly the monitor's not working, so I'm sure Romeo is doing a great job with the camera, but I cannot compliment him too much because I don't know exactly what he's doing. But this is a magical... Oh, there's the other one. That could be the mother. Or the male. So that's the one we're going to go and look at now. You know, you're having a great day when you're not sure which leopard to look at. It looks to be like the male. Oh no, hold on. That, I think, is the mother. Ooh. Time will tell. Can you tell yet, Jason? It does have, it looks like...
That's the same one, look at his...
Oh, that wound.
Yeah, that wound is correct.
I didn't see the wound earlier. Ooh. Okay, so he has come into some troubles in his time. I'm not sure exactly what caused those big gashes on either of his rump. But something would have. Possibly lion, possibly hyena. Who knows, possibly even a male leopard. Quite a nasty gash, but nothing for him to worry about. It looks clean and not infected. But he does have one on each rump. Absolutely wonderful. Well, I'm glad we did manage to get a visual of this brother slinking back. Sadly now they are no longer on the property that we can traverse, but I'm hoping to get some glimpses of them from the roadside. Let's go and have a look what this female's got up to. No sign of her. She could just be behind the termite mound where we last saw her, but from where we are here we cannot see her. So we'll go and see if we can get another visual of the brother. Large tree he was heading towards. I'm hoping he would have climbed up it, or maybe planning on climbing up it first. Also no further sign of him though. It's incredible how quickly they can disappear. Oh, there he goes up the tree, quickly, quickly, quickly. So he did in fact climb up this tree that we were hoping he would, and you'll probably be able to see him now. We only saw him a split second ago. As you can see directly below him, it's very thick, and that tree prevented us from seeing him actually going up until the last second. But as I mentioned earlier, young leopard cubs like this, 1-year-old leopard cubs, are so playful that for viewing purposes you can get absolutely spoilt rotten when you find them, as we have been this morning. How's that shot coming out, Jason?
Pretty well, actually.
Okay, good. Whew, I'm beginning to microwave in my raincoat here, so time to get that off. Jason, are you glad you had that bowl of cereal before we headed back out?
Very glad.
Okay, good. I'm regretting not having one. Okay. So this is the 11th different leopard that Jason has seen since he's been here, and isn't that incredible? In just over 2 months, 2.5 months, he's seen 11 different leopard, and that really is an incredible statistic, because a lot of people will go a lifetime without seeing one. So I'm glad he's kept track of how many he's seen since he arrived here in the Sabi Sands, and it is one of the best places in Africa to view leopard, that is for sure. Oh, I wonder where the mother is. Like I say, she could have headed off to get away from their playfulness and have some time to rest and relax, and also focus on securing their next meal. And then she'll come back into this general area, and as you would have seen, they have moved around a fair amount in the time that we've been here, but she'll come back into this general area and they'll know not to go too far, and with her contact course she'll be able to get a hold of them. Thinking of just trying to get a different area. So stand by. Oh no, I don't know if we can pop over there. That could be a problem. Oh no, that's fine, eh?
Go forward and then to the gap.
Okay. Go through here.
There it is.
Let's try and sneak in through here. Nearly. Let's wait here a second. You might be able to get a unique view of his eyes peering through us, peering through the foliage at us. Also this way, if he does move again, which I'm guessing he's going to, because they do appear to be fairly restless, these two cubs, and so nice to be able to see a brother and a sister together. What would be ideal is if we could see them in the same shot, and that way be able to compare their sizes with one another. She may come down to this tree and sniff them out and join in, or she may stay on her own, hard to tell. Sadly though, in this riverbed area we are limited to moving around to get better angles. It's a Cape turtle dove that you can hear calling, and it's actually right above us, but you won't be able to see it sadly, even if Jason did try and show you in the camera. But there's 2 Cape turtle doves right above us, and a leopard also above us, but not directly above us. We'll give it a few more minutes here. Oh, there we go. And I was going to say, if he doesn't change position in a few more minutes, then we can reposition elsewhere. But now that he has gone there, I can just move the vehicle a little bit, and we should get a great view. There we go. This should work. Jason, are you happy?
So happy.
Good. No. That's not what we wanted, but no, I don't think my phone's on. Let me just check. Jason's picking up some audio. No, I'm on airplane mode. Well, the fact that he did move around, it doesn't help us immediately, but we did have a nice view of him temporarily. But what it does mean is that he is restless, and that's good, because the more he moves around, the more we are entertained with watching him move around. So I'm guessing it won't be very long before he does do his next move, but until then we can just relax and enjoy the view we do have. He's battling to get comfortable, so we can expect him to shift around shortly again. I wonder if he's been up this tree before. There's a strong chance he has. And he'll be, I'm sure, quite aware of his surroundings now within his mother's territory, where he would have spent the last year. And they do spend a lot of time alone. That is important to realize. The mother does need to go out and hunt in order to feed the family, and in order to do that, she does often leave them for sometimes days on end. And then during those days, the young leopards will explore the area they left in, and I'm sure get to know a lot of different trees and areas very well. And that's so important for them to know this area well, because it is where they will initially exist after she does start to force them away. She'll tolerate them in her territory, but what she won't tolerate is too much as them stealing all of her food and continuing to eat all of her food and getting in the way of her raising the next litter. While we wait for him to change angles though, there's a beautiful golden orb web spider doing its business here. So I think we should make the most of this. Got it, Jason?
Yeah.
Well, this is the biggest one I've seen this season. And it really is a beauty. Oh, just doing some web maintenance, it looks like, at the moment. And how's the picture coming out there, Jason?
The wrong spider.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm sure as soon as Jason gets the right spider. Which one were you looking at?
There's one little one in there. I was wondering why you were so surprised how big it was.
Beautiful. So it is a very, very pretty spider now that Jason has found the right one. And this is about half grown. It's going to get about twice this size in leg length and body size. And they create an incredibly strong web, the golden orb web spider. Strong enough to even catch small birds in it. They don't aim to catch small birds, but they sometimes do by mistake. But the leopard has changed its position to a very nice one, so I think we should also try and get the most of this opportunity now with the leopard. So enough of the spider. Until it starts doing some more web building, we can focus on this beautiful leopard now that is facing us, although it is looking quite sleepy. At least it is awake. Beautiful. I can hear a vehicle. Can you see a vehicle? I'm just wondering if it's the other vehicle that have come back to look for the leopard now that he's dropped his son off. Yours, very nice man. Yours. Are you out again? Okay, copy. I can hear your audio. I'm with the brother now. If you come back onto the cut line, we'll make space for you. On Buffelshoek, they've just moved north in that same drainage line. Okay, well, we've had a great visual from here, and I do want to make space for yours to come in here. A, because it's a property. B, because he did stay here in order to make sure we got to see them. So now I want to return that favor to him and just make a little bit of space here. whoopsie, but in the process I don't want to crash the car or roll it, so I'm just going to focus for a second or two while I get out of his way. No, yours, we've done well. Seriously, he's lying up in the jackalberry. Taking there the whole time. I'm fairly sure he was hidden there.
Yeah, he was there.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Okay, yeah. So he popped out and then she headed a little bit further up here and lay up next to a termite mound.
Did you have good visuals of her?
Yeah, both of them. Great visuals. Thanks so much. She's beautiful. What happened to him? How did he get those cuts on his rump? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think it's the...
Oh.
I'm not sure. I think it's the third time or fourth time you can see him. Then there's this thing, then another thing.
Okay.
I watched him 2 times hiding in the tree and the matimbas underneath the tree there.
Really, eh?
Underneath the tree there.
Really, eh? Oh,
That's why we
jeez.
call him Makhombo, which means trouble.
Okay. Cool, well enjoy, and we're going to have a look for the female, see if she's up there, and then head back. Thanks so much. Okay. So, I'm glad we could return the favour to yours there. Actually, the rain is coming down again now, so it probably is a wise time for us to stop this broadcast and head back. But let's just have one little look if we can't see this female. Anyway. Well, if she is still at the base of that termite mound, there's a Cape turtle dove. Imagine if we just saw her flying up and catching this Cape turtle. No visual of her, but our last visual was at this termite mound where we are. Sorry. So, well, from us and this Cape turtle dove, good? Okay. Where we last saw her, it's going to be a goodbye from myself and Jason. We've carried on quite long over the regular broadcast time. So, from myself and Jason, a big thank you for staying on with us, and I'm glad that you did get to see 2 new leopard today, both a young female and a young male, Makhombo and Xiluva. Trouble and flower is what they mean, those names mean. Certainly be coming back here this afternoon to follow up on them. Hopefully we'll get to see them. Hopefully they'll come further into our property and not further into the wrong way. But a big thank you from myself and also to Alex in control and Jason on camera, and we will see you this afternoon.